Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Knowles Tarot, and welcome to your weekly reading with me, Shamar. How you doing? Let me see if I can adjust this. This is a weird setup. It's a new one. We're in my back seat right now. Just because cardinal energy, Aries. You gotta keep it switching, keep it moving. What they say? Sharks that don't swim die or something like that. If they don't move, they die, something like that. I don't know. I'm not a shark, but I just meant like the cardinal energy of moving. Anyways, lone shark. Now that's what I'm thinking of. Anyways, welcome to your weekly reading. This is gonna be your current and future energy. We're gonna be looking at that with the Black Tarot. To clarify, I pulled this out first, but clarifying's last. So, Black Tarot to clarify, but then we're gonna also start off with the Prism Oracle that I've got here as well to get the overall emotions and energy. But before the reading starts, we'll get like an overall oracle from the Believe in Your Magic. I think you guys kind of like that. From the feedback that I've got, it's you guys quite enjoy the deck, and the artwork is really pretty. I love the artwork in this deck. What's on the bottom actually? Homeward, take yourself out on a date. Oh, this is my motto. This is my and it says homeward too. I was gonna say this is my hometown, like what I've always known, not always known, but I always talk about, and it gets stupid, but I go take yourself out on a date. Of course I want someone to take me out on a date too, but taking yourself out on a date is pretty fun as well. I don't know what I'm thinking about with that energy. Anyways, I'll timestamp when it starts because I do have like a couple of things to say before. I finally have the ability to take a look at that without needing the freaking phone, because I always have to remember everything on the spot. It's always freaking kind of stressful. So there's an energy of I don't know, finding a solution to things as well. Let me go ahead and take a look at the notes. But it's still kind of maybe still a bit complicated because I don't know. There's still an energy of that. Oh yeah, the first one I didn't take note of it, but I had to think of this one. I had to remember it. See, there's a bit of complication. I had to remember the note. Oh yeah. There's an energy of doing your homework before you get to go out and play or something like that. Like the child energy. And it was really random, but it sort of tied into everything else still. It was gotta do your work, or gotta do your homework, or gotta do some work before you're able to do the fun part, which feels financial as well, because it's if you do work, you can't pay or enjoy for a theme park unless you work to get the money to pay for the theme park. Someone can pay to get you in or stuff like that, but then there's still there's less worth. I feel like there's more worth to you when you do the work in whatever this is. Oh my god, screen timeout so quick. Oh my god. Or maybe I just talk forever. Anyways, that tied in because it was there's a child energy of that, because the homework part came in first. So it was it felt more like a child, or teen, or just young adult age, where it was there's a child energy. And then the very first note when I started was I woke up with this song in my head. And I don't know why, because there's no reason. I don't have any tie into the song where I'm oh, I'm feeling this. I can tell you some songs I'm feeling. I always do. But this one, it just randomly came in when I woke up, and it's been on my mind all day. The Boy Is Mine, Brandy and Monica. I'm not fighting. I'm not fighting for a man or anyone right now, so I don't know why it was on my mind. But The Boy Is Mine. And every time, or most times, if there's a Glee version for it, it's probably the one that comes to my mind. So the Glee version is exactly what I listen to. I listen to the original, which is amazing and beautiful, but the Glee version is what I always prefer to listen to. So there's an energy of preferences as well. Even though it's of course goofy, and Glee is very goofy, I still really love it, so I'll still really listen to it. And then after that, the next song was Take Me to Church, and I laughed at this because I'm literally filming this Sunday morning, which is when I usually post this on Sunday, sometime throughout the day on Sunday, whether morning or night. Hopefully, usually it's mid-afternoon, but I'm recording this Sunday morning, so Take Me to Church was really funny because Hosier's well, because the song is random and it's it's the big church day for everyone, but like also Hozier is a if you did not, or if you did or did not know, I'm trying to speak. Hozier's a Pisces, so it's interesting with the season that we're going into, um, which, speaking of that, all this freaking rain. And a second ago, I knocked over my cup. Like, literally before the video started, I knocked over one of my cups and spilled all the water everywhere. And I said, ain't this about it? Ain't this about the energy? This makes sense. It feels it because the cup's spilling over almost, and funny, like it's on my, I have a sticker of it on my grinder, so it's like perfect. The energy of it's like almost like literally like Aquarius energy is pouring out that water, and how that transitions into like Pisces. So it's like it pissed me off because I was like, what the fuck? Why the water? I needed that, but I don't know. It did still match with the energy, so it's almost like that take me to church energy. It's like when things get annoying and pissed off, and like and not when things get pissed off, when things get annoying and pissy, or like when things get stressful. It's like it's okay to feel like pissed off by it, but then it's like also just like, I don't know. At the same time, it's like it gives you that like, oh, there might be, if there's like the Aquarius energy of star of hope. There's like there might be that one bit of like, oh, there might be a reason for it, but then everything else just like, what the fuck. It's sort of like it makes it okay to feel that in a sense. Anyways, lastly with that bit is like, if you wanted zodiacs from that, Brandy and Monica, I searched it up because I didn't know those two. Brandy's an Aquarius and Monica's a Scorpio. And in the Glee version, I knew this. The singers from that would be Mercedes and Santana, I believe. And Mercedes or her, Amber Riley, she's an Aquarius. And Naira Vera, rest in peace, she is a Capricorn, or she was a Capricorn. So those energies, Aquarius, that matches. So a lot of Aquarius energy. We have Scorpio and Capricorn, which feels, it's quite kind of complicated. Still, you see, it's still pretty complicated. All energy is complicated because at the end of the zodiac, so there's a lot of ending energy as well. But like, I don't know, still transformative. More so feels like, because then Pisces comes in to sort of like revamp it, or like restart it, not restart it, and almost, I don't know. But yeah, like how the cup spilled over, I'm gonna have to put more. I'm gonna have to refill that cup. So it's like that energy. Which is cool. Why do I say? I forgot why I say that. But oh yeah, because next, the last part of the notes was just some things that I've been working on. Like I wrote down, I've been revamping on my sign language, which is nothing crazy because I'm just the alphabet. I feel strong in it so far, but it's like it's just the alphabet. I'm not going much further because it's a lot to learn in that. But I learned how to make an origami rose. And then I also learned how to, like on Valentine's Day I did that. I also learned I didn't know how to spell origami my whole freaking life. Because I could not spell that word for the life of me. I was like, how do I find out? I couldn't even find the video on how to make the origami rose because I couldn't freaking spell origami. And then I researched the word, this is the last one, I researched the word revamping because I was like, am I using the right word? And that was very Aquarius. I was like, am I even saying the right word on this? Or am I just, because sometimes, when you use a word a lot and you realize it's not even what it means. So you're just like, oh, what the fuck have I been saying? I don't know if anyone ever does that, but I talk a lot, so I always do that. But I looked it up and it was actually right. I researched revamping and it was like to bring in new form or new structure to something. And that was weird because I was like, that's literally kind of Aquarius energy where it's like innovation to bring a new structure, a new form. But I looked it up because I saw the word vamp in it and I was like, that don't sound right. It almost sounds like taking the energy out of something. So I was like, that's why I was like, am I using the right fucking word? But yeah, it basically means to bring a new form or structure, which then I looked at it and I was like, that makes sense. A little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. Because it's like when I think about vampires in my most recent examples from True Blood, because I watched that series for the first time. Really good. Really weird. But in True Blood, I noticed again the process of like making a vampire is when you take the life out of a human and then like in their version of it in their vampire lore, overnight they die but then they come back to life in the morning as a new form, as that new form vampire. It works differently with however the vampire story is told, but in that one that's how it worked. I was like, oh, okay. So you have to take the life out of something, and then it comes back to life even stronger, but very different. I don't know. There's an energy of that. Because I was like talking about my sign language, and I was like, that makes sense, because I haven't done sign language for a long time where I cared about it. Maybe not since like high school, where I was like watching Switched at Birth, and I was like, I need this. I need sign language, so I know what the fuck they're, what are they doing? What are they saying with their hands? And also, it's pretty cool because sign language has always been fun, but like even before Switched at Birth, I remember it's been pretty fun because it's something to do with the hands, which I do a lot. Like I'm always just like tactile with shit, so sign language seems perfect. Anyways, though, let's get into your reading. 1,000 minutes in. No, it's just 10. 1,000 minutes in. We're gonna look at starting with, and that's 42. I noticed. We'll start with the Believe in Your Magic Oracle. This usually is like if this is the reading, if this is a message for you. This reading, I could say, it could be for any sign, at any time that you feel is possible or feel right. But for some reason today, and I'm just gonna go with it, I guess. For some reason today, it feels more so just like your overall energy. I feel like this reading mainly could be for you. It's like it feels like a less specific message, and that almost feels like Aquarius going to Pisces still again, the energy. Sorry to harp on it a bunch, but it feels like that energy of like the overall, like for the collective, for the humanity of it. But that's just like random today. If you're a returning visitor, you know that's not normally it. So I mean, maybe this is not the reading for you, but this is, it could be, or whatever, whatnot. I don't know how to say that, and that's feeling like my Pisces and Mercury energy together. So I'm just gonna keep moving forward. Almost like keep swimming. Fucking Finding Dory. That was a good movie. They did good with that. It kind of really matched up to not matched up to the original, but it did well enough, you know. Okay. I should say thank you so much. Very before I start, thank you so much for everyone for your continuous support. I really appreciate it. All the likes, the shares, the subscribes, the fact that you guys really connect and get into it, vibe with it. I just hope it helps, and it means the world to me that you guys, that it not only helps, but you guys continue to like want to connect and stuff like that. So that's really cool. And whatever train station I would say whatever, like wherever you're moving, wherever you're going, as long as anything helps is all that matters. So I hope that it helps, and I appreciate it. That's what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say. Other than that, make sure to continue to like the videos, share, subscribe, comment, put on notifications. If you want a personal reading, info for that should be down below. Oh yeah, and stay tuned towards the end of the reading if you want. There'll be we'll be picking a person for an extra bit of advice for this reading, and oh yeah, if you want to be picked for that, make sure that you comment down below on this video, and then I'll pick your name out for next week's weekly reading. So yeah, I believe that's it. That shit is always so hard to remember. Oh my god, I'd be like a fucking computer breaking down. You just see the steam coming from my fucking ears. Let's move forward. From the Believe in Your Magic Oracle. What do we have? That one wanted to flop out like a fish. Oh, and it's the 18th today too. I'm looking at I don't have my watch to show you. Oh, and it's literally at the exact time, 11:11, bro. Go ahead and make a wish, and I don't know what that wish is gonna be on, but it's the 18th, as you see from there. We got the card number 18. We have Let Them Go. Look at that tree on fucking fire. What, who, where, how, when are we letting go? All those questions. I don't know how to re-say that, but if it's so, I don't know. It feels like a lot of questions too. But the first thing I see is like it's a tree, so it feels almost like, if not familial, it's like deep history. Because like, and you know how, like, imagine like how long it takes to like to like, yeah, I'm thinking about the almost the detriment to burning down a tree. It's like a tree takes so long to grow. I'm trying to grow trees right now, bro. They're not even like they're not even saplings right now. I'm like, what's going on? And it's such a difficult process too. But I don't know, it's just like it takes so long, such a difficult process, and for it to burn down in like 3 seconds almost sometimes, it's almost like taking the entire thing in vain. Not in vain. If you do it like if you burn down a tree like haphazardly, I don't know if there's any good way to burn down a tree other than like if it was already firewood made for you. But I don't know how to get into that because that's already a deeper feeling. But it's like if it's I don't know. The main message from this is just that I don't know, something that's taken a long time to grow is almost being burned down, like maybe a matter of seconds, or like I don't know, it could be like an ego death. 18 rules the moon, so it could be very emotional. And not if I think like an emotional mixed with that fire. There's that Scorpio energy again, but at the same time, I'm thinking even like 8 is a house of Scorpio, so like, and then there's that one behind it, so it's like magician plus the house of Scorpio. It's like you are the magician. This is this house that you're. This is the Scorpionic event. You are the magician. So something that's transforming. Think like a tree does transform from like wood to ash. So it's like again revamping, changing the form or the structure of it. So it's like you're changing the form or structure of some history or something that you've known, and you're having to let it go in that sense. But it's like yeah. You see, I don't know where that blue light's coming from. I do not know, but it definitely gives me that emotional vibe because it's like a blue low light. I think like any time I use blue in my room light, it's just definitely for like a not a sadder time. And I usually have my timer, but I don't have my watch on because it's charging. So let me go ahead and use my phone. I'm thinking about what time it is now. All right, yeah. I don't know what else I feel with that. I don't have the book for this deck, but I'll get it written down soon. But the tree here, TRE, that's four. I didn't mean to count that out, but that is 4 letters. So if there's magician energy here, magician and emperor always remind me of each other because it's almost like the magician starts off in that one spot, and it's like it goes. If to make a full circle out of I don't know, it's hard to say, but it's almost like when you take those when you go from 1, 2, 3, and you make that fourth back up. It's almost like a full circle, but in like in that sense, because it's like it makes a square, which is technically a full circle. When you blot out the sides, it's a weird example, but it's almost like 1 and 4 match to me, because it's like almost like when the zodiac makes a full circle too, because it's like those 4 zodiac signs. You go air, fire, earth, and water, then it goes back to air or whatever, whatnot. So it's like that full circle energy of 1 to 4. How it's like a magician, you have the power, but then with 4, with emperor, you can't control everything. So it's almost like learning that and healing from something, transforming something. I'm not sure, but you're letting something go. And the tree says let them go. And why would the tree say let them go? I don't know, because I know that with exactly what that tree lesson it tells you, it's like some things take a long time to grow. And some trees survive, but some can be burned in a matter of seconds. And it's almost like that Aquarius Pisces energy. And as the rain gets harder, it's almost like that Aquarius Pisces energy, where it's almost like that balance of like of that like that take me to church energy, where it's like this there's no freaking reason why if I've taken this long to grow this tree, why it has to burn down in a matter of seconds, where it's like it's almost angering, so it's like what in the world is the reason for having to burn down something that took so long to work on. And so it's like I don't know, it's like reaching I don't know, let them go. When you letting it go, and then leaves the space open for I don't know, that angelic, or even I don't know, I don't want to say that, but that balanced dark divine energy to enter and heal you in a way, to show you that everything has its reason. And even with the tree, everything has like its season, its reason for being. And I don't know, and even if not, it's just like the reason, I don't know, the reason is learning. It's like the reason is what you make of it. That's like, but even that's like a stupid thing to say, kind of, because I'm not trying to be like it's what you make of it, but it's like even with the magician energy, that one is like it's exactly what you make of it. It's like what will you build now? How will you build? Will you stop with Pisces energy? Will you stop dreaming? Will you stop with Aquarius? Will you stop being innovative? Will you stop changing? Well, not stop changing. Like Aquarius is fixed, which is so weird because they're innovative. They change. So maybe they just keep change. They continue to change things, right? The energy continues to be weird no matter what the norm is. So once the weird becomes the norm, they make a new weird, so so the norm never stays the same. So I don't know. It's like you don't. Will you stop dreaming? Will you stop innovating? Will you stay the same? It's sort of saying a lot of that, but that's just it. And with the moon there, it says I feel like you're saying I don't know. With the 18 the moon, it says I don't know. Oh, this one was at the bottom of the deck, or this one was an important card last time, and I don't know why. But raindrops, and that's so funny. I didn't even see it till now, and it's freaking raining outside. Raindrop dropped up. I still think that since the last time. I don't know the words. I would Google it, but I don't have the right phone out to Google. I'll have it next time when I charge it. Oh yeah, I was supposed to incense. I never did yet. Maybe that's how we shipped out of last week's energy. We got the raindrops there now. Oh, is it like showing up in the camera? Is there any way I can freaking? Oh, that'd be cool if you could. But you can't really see it. That's okay. It's not important. It's not that important. But actually, I maybe kind of can. Nope, it's alright. I ain't gonna try. But you can kind of see it there. So it's kind of like you still have the energy of the two. Of one half of the chop. The other girl she is not that short. Oh my god, that's embarrassing, love. All right, whatever. And I say that's embarrassing, but then I'm thinking like nothing's really embarrassing as long as you're being yourself and you're enjoying your energy. Embarrassment feels more exterior. It's like you can feel embarrassed sometimes if you feel embarrassed by yourself, but don't let nobody make you feel embarrassed. Because what that mean? What that mean? How are they? It almost angers me because I'm just like, who are they to judge? Everybody is embarrassing. No, I don't know what I'm saying with that. Let's go ahead and look at what we got for your current future energy with the Prism and Oracle. With the Prism and Oracle. No, let's look at this with the Prism Oracle, which I was going to use a couple of decks today, but it got rained out because I was literally taking a walk, and I was walking back, and it started, Trust and Magic. See? Oh, and would that not be a blue to a purple? Shut up. I didn't know that was that loud. Oh my god. That literally scared the hell out of me. They said trust in this magic. I said, what the fuck, spirit? What am I at? Okay. Oh my god, spirit. That's gonna scare me again. I'll try to be prepared for it that time. The blue and the purple is cool because it's like that Aquarius to Pisces, I could almost say, because it's like that very second to last color, last and beginning color, almost how it melts together at beginning and end, which we get a lot, but we're actually in the season of it, so it's cool too. Oh, nice. We got a green, blue, purple, so it's like very much taking the right steps. But anyways, yeah, when I say trust in that magic and I saw that, and then I'm thinking about the energy of, I said saying my cards got wet and messed up. There's something in that where using a different deck today or using this specific deck is important. So I think that's cool. Anyways, because I was upset. I was like, what the hell? I literally, one of my books, the front cover fell off. That's how freaking rainy it was. Like it started raining and it just would not stop. Florida is up to some shit. And I can stand it, but I can't stand it at the same time. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, so current and future energy for the collective with the Prism Oracle. What's the current energy for the collective with the Prism Oracle? Oh, I love that. There's peace. There's no song that comes to mind. I'm thinking of this whenever I pull cards out and I just started singing songs. There's a show I watch from the YouTuber Terrell. what does he do? He does that. He plays his one. He plays. It's the game he plays with the song association, where I think other channels do it too. But the way he does it is fun. There's a connection with the person or whatever, whatnot. Um, but it's just like they have to. He says a word. They have to sing a song with that word in it. And I'm like, you know what? With all the fucking random shit I be doing, I'd be okay at that game. But I only thought about that because when I thought of peace, I was like, there's no song. Nothing that comes to mind immediately. Oh, we have death at the bottom, which is beautiful. It's like that black and white. It's literally like death and rebirth almost. Rebirth to death. Definitely that transformative Scorpio energy is here for sure. An interesting thing before I pull the last card real quick. The moon. I've been having some thoughts about that for sure. Because with the moon card in the tarot, it's like it's ruled by Pisces, but it's also ruled by Cancer. Like it's structurally or like logically known as Cancer association, but at the same time, it's also logically known as Pisces as well with that. So I was just trying to figure out the difference, and the fact that it's only two of those water signs. And in my brain, just how I've worked it out for me personally, knowing is that it's cool because it's like the moon has two faces, so maybe one side's Cancer, one side's Pisces, as we know. But there's not only two faces, but there's also that core piece that's in the middle. That's like we had that balance with those trust and magic. It's like there's two sides, but there's one part that's also in the middle. Like almost like there's two opinions, but there's also there's one truth that's in the middle, that sort of thing too. So it's like there's always a core middle piece. There's always like in the Venn diagram, there's always that middle piece that if you turn to the side, almost if you change the perspective, it almost looks like an eye. So it's like it looks like your vision, your perspective. So something, I don't know, something about that, even with like the let them go, how you see it, what you make of it, with this letting it go, it's like your vision is important to that. But then also it's like I was gonna say with the 18 with the moon, it's like, so the moon feels like it's literally ruled by all water signs. One face Pisces, one face Cancer most likely. But in the core middle, I know for sure that deep depth feels like Scorpio, because that's what feels like that even hidden part. Because they say the dark side of the moon's hidden, but that's only because it's hidden to us. Like things in space can still see that dark side of the moon, which is interesting to think about. I'm pretty sure like other planets on the other side of the moon can see that dark side of the moon. They may not be able to see it the way we see it, but they still see like a black moon, you know. So it's like it's not unseen. I feel like the part that really is unseen is that core inside part that can't be seen from the outside, if that makes sense. So it's like, I don't know, there's something interesting with that, with the death energy coming out, Scorpio, and the peace. It's like you may have peace externally possibly, but there may be a transformational process going on within you, or even no. Because the way this tree is on fire, it's like you may have a death process you may look like you're transforming externally almost, but you have peace within, is what I would say. Because this is telling you your current energy, and this is energy which would be within. So it more so feels like you have peace within you. You may seem like you're even buried in stuff, or buried in responsibilities, or with this stone on top of you. You could seem stoned, which is okay. I love it. Seem as stoned as you want. Seem more stoned. If you think you seem stoned, no, I'm not trying to throw the devil's advocate on you like that, but no, just be you is what I'm saying. But I know I also feel like with this, it's like it's a heavy stone. It's like you could feel it could seem like there's a weight on top of you. This always gives me this little curvy thingy. Feels like the caution card in this deck. And that makes me feel like, here we go. The caution, and you see how this is like wavy like that? These two. So this always makes me feel like the caution card for some reason. And that can make me, and caution it always tells me to trust your feelings, feel your feelings. Even like with the exclamation mark, exclaim your feelings to yourself. Really solidify your feelings with yourself. Make sure that you are being heard by yourself. So like trust your feelings. So I don't know, even in this death process, it's like you could be feeling a lot. There could be a lot that's changing on the outside. You could be expressing a lot. You could be showing that you feel your feelings. With this black here, it's like you're leaving the space open for something. You're like, it's almost like a vulture I'm feeling now, so like you're clearing the energy of a lot of other things too. Maybe clearing out feelings as well, old feelings, but with peace here, it's like you feel so much peace within from it, which I like. That bird is carrying this, what this object would be is green, because it's a leaf, or it could be yellow greenish, because the leaves could be yellow, kind of greenish, or even red, but I'm not getting red. With this energy, I'm getting like a yellow green leaf. So it's like cool, because it's like you're transitioning from that yellow energy of feeling your feelings to that green energy of being balanced and being expressive, letting that go. Because it's almost like yellow to green. It's like when colors transition, it's like when you poop. It's like you learn so much and you gain so much knowledge on one thing, and now literally let that go. Because if you don't, you won't have energy for the next color. You won't have energy for the next lesson. But anyways, what would be the future energy for the collective in this? If there's peace now, what would be the future energy for the collective? Oh, eh. Well, that's 2 plus the caution. Okay. Oh, wait. Which caution does come back out, which is interesting. But it comes out with these reds and yellows, which feels almost like a fruit. I don't know what fruit. Maybe like I don't know. There's something very oh, I mean, I don't know if it matches the vibes of this drink that I'm drinking. Maybe that's what I was thinking. Tell me what I have anger, energy, and caution. It feels a lot like feelings. How you see things and what kind of energy they bring you. And I don't know why the anger is there. It feels like that like whenever I was talking about the angering energy from like the my voice goes up when I say that, the angering energy from the Take Me to Church. It's like maybe there's some need to there's some feeling, some want to, like, I don't know, something that makes you call out to God. That's reminding me. I said like this, like we're in like a I don't know, I almost said sleepover, more of that childhood energy, but like we're just like sitting close in a sleepover or whatever. But not, I don't know that energy I'm trying to say with the Pisces Mercury. Because sometimes I can't complete the thought, so sometimes people think I'm saying one thing, but I'm like, no, I wasn't able to complete the words, so you didn't get the full picture of what I was trying to say. And I'll be so frustrated because I'm like, oh my God, no, that's not what I meant. Because it's like there's like 7 more words that I didn't get. You missed, like, I don't know. It's like if I drew something in black and white and it was like, and everyone's like, oh, this is cool. It's like, no, my bad, I forgot to color it in. So it's like you literally sort of like, it's a whole different feeling. It's a whole different vibe. That energy is frustrating sometimes because people will be like, oh, so you mean like I'm like, no, God, no. And it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like if they get like offended by something I say too, and it's like, no, my bad, I literally meant this way more detached than I don't know. Pisces are the Mercury. Anyways, let's see what your future energy is. Just one card, Spirit, please. I'm pulling these cards hard. I didn't mean to do that. Oh wait. When did Prism Oracle get so quiet? And the red energy is still here. Passion. I immediately see the flip-flops always. I saw it once. And I just immediately see it every time. Flip-flops. With cleanse at the bottom. Wow. The red and blue from that purple. Trusting the magic. And at the top of the card, I see a more red. Oh, wait, I knew it. Pain. So that pain, that anger, and that cleanse is very important because we have passion here, which passion is building something off of that fire energy. I even think like flip-flops, I feel almost very archaic. Not archaic, but they feel like you're chilling in your home. It's like that and even think of cleanse as a transition into a new energy. So it's like flip-flops are almost like your home wear, and then you transition into like, you know, I mean, you can wear flip-flops wherever you want to, you know, especially it's like stuff like the beach or whatever, whatnot, more moon energy. But or sun and moon. But what am I thinking? Oh yeah, it's like flip flops is almost like before you. It could be before you transition into like a more like. So you could be transitioning into like a very major like role or a very high position, but it's almost like this is like that moment of you doing what you can in those flip flops. So it's like you still prepare before you leave home sometimes. It's like you still have things to do in your home before you take it out to the world. That's the Cancer energy going to Capricorn. Those opposite energies, like you take care of what you can in your home, then you bring it out to the world. Cancer to Capricorn. So it's almost like with this passion, it's like it's not that you put on your flip flops and you just walk out into the world. You transition. You put on these flip flops and then you brush your teeth, you brush your hair, you get dressed, you blah blah blah. Then you put on those shoes and you walk out and you cleanse. So it's almost like there is work in this passion. So, I mean, I always think about the example again of like fire sign, King of Wands types of creators and performers. How they'll be like they'll give you like a beautiful like a whole like symphonic. What's that word? You know, they'll give you a whole symphony. And they'll do it like in like a t-shirt, some shorts, and some flip-flops. Like they don't need to dress the part to show you the beauty that they have on the inside, you know. So it's almost, but I mean, they can, and when they do dress, they can go out to the 9s and 10s. But it's like with this passion, it's like there's something very beautiful in the future where you're doing beautiful work. You're showing the beauty that you have on the inside. You're illuminating that passion that you have. You're glowing literally from within. But you don't. It's almost like you don't even look like it. And even still with that, it's like I don't know. And even with this passion, it's like it's a reflective image. So it's like things want to reflect you. They want to be in that they want to walk in those same flip flops. You know, they want to see how you build that passion. And it's cool. You have two P's. It's a PP. So it's still masculine energy, which I need to go back in a sec because I just remembered something. But PP with peace and passion. P's I believe are 16. So that's Tower energy, which PP and Tower, the vibes from it are definitely reflective because the Tower can be very phallic. So I don't know. There's definitely that masculine energy, and specifically that tool. I don't know why, like that human tool of the actual, you know, human tower, PP. What's at the bottom? Cleanse. Okay, that's nice. But at the same time, red, white, and blue coming together. So freedom energy. Looking at the time right now. Freedom energy, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't know what I'm seeing with that. Free structure, erecting of a building, erecting of a structure, so you building a new structure for yourself. And it's a peaceful area, it's a peaceful place, it's a peaceful structure, and it's peaceful because you didn't build the structure and then say let's build the piece in now. It's you said let's build the piece in right now, and then let's build that structure on top of that foundation. So it's like it's already built in. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you have to work to make that piece happen. It's like that piece has already been there. Some energy, some way to say that. If it's not just peace, it's something like that where you build something in from the foundation, and it's good for you. It's a good part of it. And also, so with the Tower energy, you may have had to break it down before, or maybe like even like I don't know, yeah, teach something how to. When I think of like breaking it down, it's almost like teaching something to someone. So maybe teaching someone how to treat you, how to respect you, how to bring you, how to. And that feels very masculine, you know, teaching, expressing in that sense where it's like you're teaching something or someone how to treat you like you're getting it out there externally. But it's only because you learned it internally first, which is important. I don't know. And then, yeah, there's that let them go. For things that don't treat you the way that you need to be treated, it is to be let go. Which is much easier said than done. If I said, oh that, oh, your house, and that and the plumbing and the issues and the rent that's been giving you, that shit is a stressor, babe. Go ahead and just burn that house down. How wild you would look at me, and I would understand. It's like, no, you don't want to just go out there and just burn your house down like that. You may feel like it, and that's probably what this is telling you. You may feel like you may want to just like destroy things sometimes, or like just really like feel angry and shit like that. And that's the okay part. But it's the way that you process it and give it back out that's actually important too. Like you're doing well with that energy, and it's probably because you're feeling your feelings, thoroughly and truly, and you're being honest with yourself about that. I don't know. Let's go ahead and move forward with the Black Tarot and see what we have for clarification. At the bottom, Six of Wands, baby, the universe say, yeah, you're doing amazingly with that energy. Oh my God, this whole like side turn thing, I like the back seat because there's more space. But I'm like, my hair, whenever it fucking sticks out of the hat, it's giving Hey Arnold, and I'm just like not. Well, I am here for it sometimes. It's like a nighttime vibe sometimes, but that's just because my vision, it's almost like beer goggles nighttime is for me sometimes, because I don't really drink that much, but it's probably because I already give out that drunk vibe naturally. But anyways, what was I thinking? The masculine energy was important because, oh yeah, in the beginning, the boy is mine. It felt like, yeah, could be fighting over a man or a woman or someone, or a non-binary member or anyone else in between, But it also felt like the boy is mine. It's almost like fighting for like your inner child, but not just your inner child, but like your inner masculine child. So it's like fighting that you're saying like I don't know, where you're like in a spiritual battle for someone who's trying to take like your inner child from you, who's trying to change or keep that part to themselves, and you're like, no, that inner child, that imagination, that inner leader, that inner doer, that boy is mine. So it's almost like you're like fighting for yourself in that sense. That's why I had to go back to that. I forgot about that. I don't know what else. Okay, anyways, so peace. This deck is thick, bro. So peace, the energy of peace. That's the Black Tarot. Oof. Oh, Spirit, I just need one card. The Four of Coins and the Five of Knives. I have not used this deck much with you guys. I don't know what that's about. I'm trying to look at the overall picture. Someone's fencing. Someone's defensing because they're defending that door, and these guys are fencing and defensing, attack and defense. Feels like a war. Oh my! And that's why that's why that piece is here. War and Peace. I have not read that book, and I don't think I ever will. It's gonna come right before Moby Dick, and I'm not gonna read almost either of them. Even though Moby Dick is funny because of the PP energy. We don't get much masculine energy within the readings in this, and I thank God for it, but it's here today. The Peace. The Five of Coins is what comes out. Baby, this card likes to come out in this deck, and I do not know why. Because I've had this deck for a while, and for some reason this card sticks with my heart, and I don't know what it is. It comes out a bunch, and I always have to look it up in the book. Because it's interesting, I don't know. Sorry Bruno, but this man does give a little bit of Bruno vibes to me. And maybe because of the outfit. And now, if I think of Bruno Mars plus this card, I think of Grenade. Because it feels very like walking away. I give you everything I got, and I don't know. That feels like the tree as well. Something burning something down, walking away from something, letting something go. And now I'm hearing Grenade. What's the line I'm hearing? I'm hearing him say, "Do the same." When he does that thing, I can't think of how he does it. But what is that line? You wouldn't do the same. So Five of Coins, I don't know. It feels like taking a journey on your own to discover what's what's valuable to you. The Five is very individual, very alone. But you learn things. It's almost like the Five is almost like the coldest part. It's almost like the winter in a sense. But it's almost like if you don't go through winter, you don't see next next year's summer. So it's like, and that feels very like interesting energy, but it's almost, but I don't know. It's like, so you have to go. Not, you don't have to go through the 5. You can continue. You can choose to go back. No, okay. Now I'm seeing what it's more like. It's more energetically. If you in the winter, if you don't do winter work, if you don't move past things, if you don't let certain things go, it's like your field. It's like if you don't pull the harvest from it and you don't clean the field, you're not going to be prepared for next season to plant new seeds because you've got a bunch of shit still in the garden. So it's almost like with this 5. It's like this 5 halfway point is very important. Because it's like, it's cold, it's alone, it's like no one else is gonna know how to move your garden around but you, because you're the one who planted the seeds. So it's like you have to make decisions alone. You may feel like you don't have, like, maybe not a lot of support, and that's maybe even specifically financial too. But it's like it could be energetically, like you don't have much energy, you don't have much time. It's like a lot going on, but you have to make the decision. You have to make the decisions on your own in that sense, where it can feel alone, but also at the same time, with this peace here, it feels like it's bringing you peace. There's like all that work that's involved and all this. Maybe you like the alone time. Maybe you also like the individuality of it, being able to control, with the Emperor energy for sure, being able to control things. But like with the 5 here, it's almost like you're even shedding go. You're letting go and shedding the energy of, and look how he's even like letting go of that coat. Like he's shedding that energy of needing to control when he's going into not the 4 but the 5, which both are very tough energies. But when you go from the 4 to the 5, it's an advancement. You move forward. So it's like, it's what's worth, what's important, which seems like your peace, but also at the same time, you're willing to get your peace, and from not a controlling stance, but from a 5 stance, which is more of like change. Think hierophant, almost like structure. It's like you're willing to change your structure. You're willing to change not your beliefs, not your core beliefs, but you're willing to change. It's almost like getting a haircut or getting a new wardrobe. Is like you're not changing yourself. You're almost just more so like upgrading the way you express yourself. So it's like you may be changing the way that you express yourself in order to more so better fit this new version of yourself. Because if you were to control things, you might, like, imagine if you were a kid and you wanted to control the way you dress forever, you probably, instead of changing the way you do, the way we all do, you probably still dress the same way you did as a kid, which sometimes you can or cannot, but it almost, more often than not, it's like an updated version of the way you dress as a kid. I'm more so thinking like you still got like the same size clothes on. You don't want to change the size. So it's like I'm walking around here in this like this kid's small shirt, because I'm like, nah, this is the vibe for me. I was thinking about the other day. I was like, damn, freaking Adam and Eve, y'all changed so much, which is for better or for worse. But I was just laughing at that. But it's like, imagine if they didn't. We'd probably be all around here naked. We wouldn't know it. So I mean, there is an ignorance, right, in that, like the childhood bliss. There's an ignorance in that feeling, but there also is like there's an ignorance for Adam and Eve. There wasn't an ignorance for God in that sense. So like, still somebody will. I don't know how to explain that. There's a weird vibe with that, but maybe someone will always have the upper hand in that sense. If you don't change, or like they'll have an upper hand. I don't know. But also at the same time, you won't have full awareness. Given the vibe of like how humans can use about like 10% of their brain. And like if this is like you at the 5 of coins, it's like you're at the 5% of your brain. It's like that you can learn more, or you can be more. You are worth more. There's more peace to be found. There's more versions of you. There's more to you to be made in the current energy. And I think right now you're sort of just like moving through that energy of shedding, of changing, and your goal is peace. I almost thought that mean my mango. The orange and the yellow could give mango. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling now. I don't know what the mango energy is. I would search it up, but I don't have the ability currently. I could try, but nah, it's all good. Whatever mango means to you, though. So passion and passion fruit. I forgot about that. Just a lot of fruit energy. Fruity. Somewhat. and I mean that in a respectful way, because you know, I love. I'm gonna move past that because I don't know how to word things, and I don't have the time to try to over explain. Passion. Passion. Oi. Spirit. Trying to give out 2 cards. You know what? And I'll have to take it because it does match the color. This deck doesn't have too many colors. Or the Black Tarot does have a lot of colors, but the colors that do stand out are pretty striking. So we have Passion with the Devil and who's that? That Page of Swords? Yeah, Daughter of Knives, the Page of Swords. Dang, she got a sword out and she has 2 daggers in her back that you do not see. So if you take this sword from her, if you take this truth from her, she's got 2 more in her back ready. That's almost like that Hydra. Yeah, it's a Hydra. In the Greek mythology, it's like if you cut one head off, 2 will grow back. It's like it's almost like, and the devil, that almost gives the devil energy, where this can go one of both ways, which is funny because we have those signs here, the signposts. It's almost like for negative or for positive. It's like if you cut the, and that's why this passion is reflective, because there is a reflection here. If you were to cut the head off of something or something that's giving you issues or troubles with the devil, something that's keeping you trapped or confined, it's almost about killing it the right way. And it's almost like having to do your research. I'm thinking like Goblet of Fire, when they had to figure out how to solve in Harry Potter, how they had to solve the tasks beforehand. They had to do a lot of research, shit like that. Whereas like if you don't kill the issue right, whatever this is, if you just try to cut it off using like the most known tool, if you just try to kill it like that. And I'm thinking like the sword rules the mind. So if you like, right, in the mind's a computer, if you just try to do it the same way that it's always known, without doing any further research, almost like just trying to solve the issue, like a clean cut, quickly and simply, you're gonna find out that the issue is gonna come back twofold. Where it's like if you don't solve it, if you don't do the work to learn how to truly kill it, it almost like it'll come back twofold. I'm saying that over and over again, but you know what I mean. And look at that, how the red dress matches that red. Like that's very interesting. That's so deeply, and it transitions from this light red to this dark deep red to this deep, almost burgundy purple red, which is crazy. A lot of red, but that's the negative way. The positive way I see this is like if you try to if someone tries to take your truth, if you go into battle with your truth, right, with your own self-expression, you're the devil here, your freedom, your truth, there's that freedom energy. With your freedom and your truth, if you go into this war that you're having to fight with your truth, and somehow, some way, someone disarms you, they Expelliarmus, someone like hits you and they take your sword, they knock you down, they take your sword. What they don't see, what they don't know is you've got options. You've got, like with these signposts here, you have ways that you can go. You have more tools to fight with. So it's like they don't see that, but it's almost like you got like something up your sleeve. You got more it's just a higher skill and a brighter mind than people realize. And that's okay. They don't need to realize that, because with the Daughter of Knives, it's like a spy. It's like espionage. It's like you're playing a role for a reason. It's like you are the perfect tool in that sense, where it's like you're being trained for a certain sense. You learn, and then what you learn is important for what it's, because it's the way I see pages. It's like they are the beginning and the ending with those colors. They learn a lesson, and then the knight, the king, the queen, they all gather all that stuff. The knights are moving, the kings and queens are processing and learning what that is, and the king is teaching. But then I'm like, all right, who the fuck is the king teaching to? The queen? She don't need to learn nothing from him. The queen has learned what the queen has learned. She's taught the king. So the king, what the king knows has come from the queen. So the king ain't teaching nobody. So who is the king teaching? The king is teaching the pages. The king is teaching the children, the people, right? And so the king, that's why for me the pages are beginning and ending, because they'll start off that, they'll say something to the knight, whatever, not, they'll inspire the knight. Knight starts moving, right? But then the page comes back at the end, because the king is then teaching the pages again more information, and the pages are taking that and running with it and moving with it again to keep that process going. So it's almost like you're going off to fight, and you have something that not the entire kingdom, maybe that, but it's like you have something to fight for with like this tree, maybe for your family history or just your family or just like your genealogy or your ancestry in general. But it's like you have something important to fight for. You have something important to give, to defend even, or to attack. So it's almost like, I don't know, with the devil it seems like more something to express, something to get out, something to show and to be with this red, the way they're dressed in this red, the way that this devil card is all red. It's almost like, I'm thinking Kanye, what is he, is that devil in a new dress? Is that his? Or is that some, I hope that's his, because I hate getting people's names or songs wrong. Of course it's a tiny bit embarrassing, but it feels more so like, it's like a, I feel a little bit competitive to myself. I'm like, dang, I should have known who that was. Which people don't get that. They'd be like, I don't know how to explain that. I'll get into it later. But yeah, it's just like how she's wrapped in this red. It's like you are dressed in the, it's like, not dressed in the devil, but you're dressed in your own self-expression. You're dressed, I want to like forget, I keep covering it up, and that's probably for a reason. I want to forget the devilish name behind it and just be like, you're dressed. Just the history behind the devil and the Baphomet imagery is interesting. We'll get to that later though. Just a video reminder for me. But she's, I don't know, this Page of Swords, this information, what they're going to fight with, I don't know, with this passion, it's like this tower, you're like running in like a tower, you're running in like with something that's changing something, that's shifting something. And it's like very important, because I don't know, it's like you've done a lot of reflection, and with this red here, it's like this is the brightest red. It's like what you're passionate about is like the clearest thing to you out of all these reds. You may be dressed in it, and that may be like a balanced version of it, but this devil darkness, like it's such a dark color with this purple here. It's like you almost can't even see yourself sometimes, or see how to truly express yourself. But this passion is like, whatever it is that you reflect, that reflects you, that you care about, that you really feel, it's like that's the brightest red. Red is a dark color, so it's still hard to see, but this part, even though it's dark and hard to really see sometimes, it's the brightest part. It's like the brightest star in the sky, which feels very Venus. So something, again, with Venus, love, beauty, it's like something that is beautiful to you, that you care about, that you want to nurture, that you want to continue to grow with that Venus energy. So it feels very, I don't know, you could be you could be a glowing, bright, shining star in whatever it is that you're expressing. And with these flowers here, I feel definitely a beautiful energy here. And I think you're really bringing out the beauty in self-expression, and it's important because, like, think about self-expression, like that's such a general common phrase, right? But that Aquarius energy is telling me for sure it's like self-expression. The first part of that word is self. There's like 9 maybe billion cells on this planet right now. That's 9 billion different self-expressions. That's a lot of different self-expressions. There's so many individuals, and if we all try to glom onto one, it's not fun. It don't seem fun, and it don't look pretty either. It's a lot more pretty when we express ourselves, because that's such a variety of a palette. I mean, we could do that, but like, imagine if this were the only color. Imagine if this were the only color. We wouldn't know anything else, but it probably would be pretty bleak. It's almost like black and white TV. Like, even that's interesting. That's because we have 2 colors. Imagine if the whole thing were black or white. You wouldn't see anything. You wouldn't see anything. It would just be a blotch of color on screen and audio, which is funny at first, but then I realized that it would just be audio, like radio. That's literally I'm backtracking myself. I'm like, that makes sense. But even then, think of that time, we had audio, which is okay, but we didn't get the full picture, which is literally kind of what I've been saying, which is not, it's just an interesting, funny thing, because it comes back around, and I'm like, I didn't expect that to come back around. The 2 of Knives at the bottom, 2 of Swords, indecision, but the Hermetic Tarot has always taught me that 2 of Swords is also peace, which is interesting, because it may be like in that little, look how she has balance. Look how they match each other, how the birds, like, oh, well, they don't match each other. They literally reflect each other, how that bird has its wings outstretched, how she has her arms outstretched, and how they're like flying towards one another in that very passionate, reflective energy. That's freaky deaky, yo. I like it though. She's also dressed in yellow, which is very feel your feelings. I like that a lot. Dang, that's a cool bit of reading, guys. That's really cool. I hope this does help. I don't know, saying let them go is easier said than done. 5 coins and Page of Knives, it feels like very much going off. Just do something not on your own, but for your own. On your own and for your own. It's like for your own people, for your own self. And it's like if you do this, then you can move on to like, I don't know, connecting with more people, being able to connect more authentically, stuff like that. Where it's like you're fighting a battle from a better standpoint, from a better foundation. You're able to connect and heal from a better foundation, from a better viewpoint. And I don't know, it just makes it feels a lot more stable to be able to connect and defend yourself, but also connect with joy and lightheartedness at the same time. That's a lot of words, but I hope this helps. Thanks so much for being here. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the extra bit of advice. I encourage anyone to stay for this because it's just a tiny bit of advice that could help in general. But also but yeah, also this is quite definitely the end of this video. So make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment, put on notifications. Personal reading info is below, and other than that, I will see you guys later. I love you so much, so much. Yeah, let me go ahead and move on to the extra bit of advice. I'm going to incense, specifically because of who we got today, but and what you've always reminded me is to incense, so I'll keep that in mind. I laughed the first time I saw it because you were like, please definitely incense after this reading because my ex's energy is all up in here. I don't want that. And I laughed so hard because I was like, I feel you. Sometimes energies be a lot and I forget to do it. I forget to do the incense because I just be cardinaling around and moving and flying and jumping from one thing to the friggin' next. When Ariana Grande said thank you next, I said, I love this. That's really me sometimes. And she's also cardinal with that Cancer energy. But anyways, for the extra bit of advice for today, that would be the person who commented on last week's reading. Which I commented, I should have put my name in the running. No, I'm just kidding. That would be so goofy. That would be goofy as hell. We got Nana Kali. We had one person comment on the video last week. So we got Nana's name coming through. We got instance all over the thing. And I believe we're going to look at I believe. We're going to look at the Believe in Your Magic Oracle, which you got raindrops at the bottom, which is continuous of that energy. But again, if you're staying through, I hope the advice helps for anyone who's in need. I shuffled a few times. Morning, the world awaits you. Look at that. No, the world awaits you. Why does it feel like you? Did you just wake up like that? Or did you wake up like that? That's funny. I just feel like a stretch. It feels like one of those wake ups where you actually sit in bed for a moment. Yeah, it's not always like that. Most times, sometimes you just like jump right out, get straight to what you're doing. But this came out, but it wasn't what I meant for it to come out. So we'll still shuffle in a moment. But we have red, forgive. Has that not been the color of this whole freaking reading? That's crazy. And she has red hair, which of course, I mean, I'm thinking like red. Like I'm thinking red is the color of roots, and she literally has red hair. So roots. So it's almost like, and roots are underground. So feelings that may be underneath. Things that start underneath and grow things, you know. So it's like whatever you've grown, checking the roots of that. But she also reminds me of a coworker I used to have. She looks literally exactly like her, and her hair is like down to the freaking hair color, down to the freaking like facial features. It's crazy how much she looks like my coworker. And she and I fought quite a lot. Like she was, and here's the reason why it's usually like this, because she's pretty much an emperor herself, and so it was like I feel like my emperor energy comes from my Capricorn moon, where it's like very worky, very like, if I'm in a job, I'm doing the job. So it was like and it's funny because I say my Capricorn moon, and I believe she was a Pisces, or she is a Pisces, and so it was like that half man, half animal trying to do the job, very emperor energy still, whereas like we like headbutted on a bunch of stuff, and so it was just like I don't know, that forgive energy is interesting because it's just like now I don't even care. Like it was just a job for money, and even then I didn't care too much. But it's still like I have a natural ego, so we were just. But I was like, I'd rather have the friend than I would like the combativeness. So I know, but now, so I know something about time and space in between forgiving something. But then even at the same time, if something did treat you wrong, and like if you think about it, like if you take the time to think about it, and you can go one or both ways, where you're like, oh, I'd rather have the friend, like nothing really treated me wrong about it. It was just me fighting myself in that sense. Then it's like then it's like a good true feeling almost. But like if you're fighting something and it was against you, like with that red energy, if it's like not defending your spirit, you can feel like I can feel from her energy like she wasn't trying to fight me. It was like she was just trying to do the best of her job. That's what I was talking about the Emperor energy for. She was trying to do the best of her job from the way that she knew, with that red energy, from what she saw, from her passion, from her vision, right? We all see colors, but we see them different ways. So it's like I knew that she wasn't trying. I felt from she wasn't trying to fight me and my soul. She was just trying to combat her and do the best of her job. And I was a casualty in the war, and that's okay. That happens. I'm pretty sure I have plenty of casualties in my own sense, from my own visions and things that I thought were in my way, or things that I was fighting, that I was just fighting, trying to fight myself. But it's like, it's almost like seeing the difference between that. It's like you'll know what's worthy of forgiving if you look at it that way. And it's like if things that weren't trying to save your soul, things that were trying to fight you, just to fight you. Nah, that's when this comes in. That's when this comes in. Burn that shit. Burn the motherfucker down. Absolutely down. Burn it. I'm thinking of like I'm not advocating burning a house down. Literally, I promise that. I would just want to make that disclaimer for sure. I do not condone that at all. But energetically, spiritually, if something did not defend you, if you put life and energy into growing a foundation and a relationship, and you branched out, and you gave the time to something to grow it, and it's not defending you, it may hurt to burn down that work in progress, but it'll hurt more in the long run to let it keep feeding from you. So if you don't revamp it, it's going to vamp you, so that's definitely, I don't mean to say it like that. It's almost because I need to learn that lesson as well. But it's almost like I'm saying in a way where it's like that's very serious. Because I feel like I say it like that because I know that I feel like you give a lot of your energy to things when you want to grow them, which is beautiful. That's what you're supposed to do, But it's just like, that's why it's important, because even if you are a giver, you've got to be a giver to yourself first. So, anyways, we'll give it to yourself first. The 18, the 1 comes before the 8. I don't know what the 8 is. I want to say the 8 is us, but it's not, because it's Scorpio. The us is more like Aquarius energy, but like Scorpio, I guess Aquarius and Scorpio are both fixed. You come before the fixed energy. Before things can be fixed, you have to fix you. Thing is, 8 versus 11, 2. That's 3. I don't know. There's something with that I can't touch. I'm like, what the freak is it? I'm like literally feeling my physical body being like, what am I missing? I don't know. Because I'll tell you what I'm seeing. I'm seeing the bird from Scorpio, the crow or whatever kind of bird it is. I'm seeing Aquarius being the man, like the physical human being reading the book, almost giving Statue of Liberty vibes. Is how I can see Aquarius, but without the crown and all that. It's just like a literal man. So he's not wearing a crown. He doesn't have any crown, no royal status. He's just a man who's reading the book just like everyone else, just like us. That's like that. That's an Aquarius energy. But Scorpio is a bird. It's an animal. So animal and man gives evolution. So before man came, like the animal that transformed into man. That's if you believe in that. What is it? I can't. What Pisces energy has been training me all year, all freaking 3,000 years. It feels like as being the hanged man, let it go energy. So I'll just let that go. There's something between Scorpio and Aquarius where And even just the one of Aries, a Fool, not less Magician, where the one comes before the 8. The one comes before the fixed energy. You come before that for some reason. But whatever. Your spirit, I'll let it go, because even talking now is not helping. Confidence, it comes with time and practice. I like that card. Let's go ahead and pull out your card real quick. I like that because we talked about time, taking time. Let's see. What would Nana's card be for today? What the Believe in Your Magic Oracle? What would be best piece of advice? No way. It's the same card. What the freak? And then a bunch of cards fell down, but I don't need them. Although I do see expectations. Don't seek anyone else's approval. That's all I see. It's 12. So it's Pisces energy. Confidence. How does that card come right back out? Freaky deaky, bro. And red comes out as well. Interesting. My coworker came back out with the 12 energy of Pisces. Don't seek anyone else's approval. And then what else came out? 33 nostalgia. Focus on the here and now. More of that reflection energy. And 33 being a 6 is cool. I feel like 2024 with the 24 being a 6 as well. It feels like a year of reflection. A year of nostalgias. And I can definitely tell it feels like a lot of people I'm gonna go back and redo this. I'm gonna retry this video, retry this thing. Yeah, it's like, oh, you guys are reflecting, which is interesting. Makes sense coming after 2023 being a year of big changes. Change and then you reflect. Oh my God, what am I thinking with this? Oh, look at that sword, how it's on the bag now. Look at that. The page of swords energy. You definitely got your sword on your bag. It's almost like you're displaying to the world, almost like a defense. Or it's like, oh, this is a pretty bag. So it's like, yeah, I know how to be, beautiful, and I know how to create from within. So it's like, you're expressing, I'm very feminine. It's almost like you made this bag. It doesn't feel like it's bought. It feels very home. And I'm even looking at the stitching. So it's like, this is beautiful. I'm very creative. I'm very effeminate, or not effeminate, very feminine, and effeminate, because effeminate feels like expressing that feminine. I don't know what that word really means, but it feels like expressing the feminine nature, right? So it's like, yeah, you're expressing that feminine nature, but it's almost like at the exact same time, look how she's almost got like her legs pulled in, crossed, and like tucked in that protective stance. She's looking out the window, not really looking at anyone else. It's like very kept within, still feminine in that nature, but it's like the masculine nature to the feminine. It's like nothing about the masculine firsthand. It's like first feminine, then that masculine nature of protecting the feminine. It's like within. So it's like, dang, it's a very, very hermity, which is very beautiful, but it's like I look at the sun, how it's behind her. But it feels like a sunset, which feels very soft, right? So it's almost like still like, I don't know. Then it gives the energy of very reflective. I'm just talking to a few things while I see this card because I don't have the book. But it's like, if the sun is initially a masculine thing, where the sun energy is like masculine, I sort of believe, but it's like soft like a sunset, I can always imagine it's like that masculine energy taking on the effeminate energy of being masculine, but then utilizing those feminine aspects to soften it, right? So this is you in your feminine energy being soft in that sense, but using your masculine energy to like harden it, to protect it. So it's like you're literally reflecting the world that you see. It's like you're not doing the same thing. You're not like emulating. You're not being as the sun is. You're not being masculine and then softening it down, right? You are reflecting it. You're doing it inside out. You're being the feminine and then hardening it with that masculine. I hope that makes sense. Like you're doing, it's like literally in a mirror. It's like if the mirror shows you 2-1, then the reflection would show you 1-2, because it's reflecting inside out. So it's like that's what you're doing in a sense. And because you're reflecting it, it's almost like if you were to emulate it, it's almost like you're just trying to say the same thing that the universe is saying. But because you're reflecting it, you're not doing that. You're more so having a conversation. You're doing something different. You're responding to the universe, in a sense. Does that make? I don't know. This is what the picture's giving me. So you're responding to the universe, but it comes with time and practice with this sword. So it's almost like you're responding. It's almost like a conversation. It's almost like growing a relationship with the universe. It's like it takes time and practice to do this, but it's almost like the way I see it. First and foremost, you're coming off with a lot of initial skill with whatever you're doing. Yeah, it takes time and practice to learn how to hone this skill. This sword could be sharpened over time. You could add more jewels to it. You could beef it up. You could trade in one handle for another. So it's like you can beef this sword up over time. This bag can become like 3 different bags you make, or you can restitch it. You can add new handles again. There's something about the handles and control. Or love handles. I don't know. The energy is always pretty almost sensual, I'd say, when it comes to this energy. But it's like a good thing. It's like it's expressing almost like not taboo, but like expressing like your true desires in a sense, where it's like there's no shame in it, but there's almost more so like an enjoyable conversation, the way it should be. But anyways, I don't know. It feels like talking with the universe, responding. That orange bag gives me life, because orange is the color of like life, vitality. It's like comes after red. It's like if red is that first color, you're like, oh, this is light. I know that there's a possibility out there. And then when you go from red to orange and it makes a shift, you're like, oh, so there's more life to this life. There's more to learn. There's more to know. So it's like that orange. There's a lot of orange in this. It's almost like the red that we just had. It's almost like you move past that red. You get the roots of something. You go through an experience, you learn something, and then as you're moving forward, you're like, okay, there's more to this. There's more to learn. There's more to grow. I'm going to see what's out there. I'm going to communicate with the universe. I've forgiven. I've shed what I've had. Now it's time to be confident in what you do know, and go out to learn more. It feels. Yeah, it's definitely okay to feel your feelings and express. And that's how you move to that yellow. You feel your feelings and you express how scary things can be, like how that sword is flaming with that yellow. It's like that's the only bit of yellow, plus the sun, which you can't touch. Otherwise, you'll hurt yourself. But this rate, in the sword, you can't touch that too much or you're going to hurt yourself too. So it's like you can't immediately jump to these feelings if you're going to hurt yourself. It's like going from orange to yellow. You can't immediately shift from one color to another. It's like trying to make a transition. I almost think of like when things try to go through a magic portal. I don't know what shows I'm thinking of. Wizards of Waverly Place? No, that's not. It doesn't really happen like that for them. Sometimes. Yeah, sometimes. It's almost like when things try to go through a portal and it's like if it doesn't have the right frequency, or if it doesn't, or like if things try to go through a magic portal. What's one thing I'm thinking of? Oh my god. Intuition, help me out. I can see it, but I can't say it. And that's the energy of feelings. I mentioned that to someone before. It's like, please don't get upset if you can't express your feelings, because there's an exact reason why there are feelings and there are facts. There are feelings and there are thoughts. There's a heart and there's a mind. It's like you can't express all your feelings because they're not words. You can do a beautiful job when you do express your feelings, but like if you can't, don't be too hard on yourself, because it's not like your feelings immediately have words. Like there's a reason they're separate. It's a whole different language in your body. What is it? Okay, I'm basically saying when things go through a portal, they don't have the right frequency, and they get like sometimes they physically get an arm cut off because like they can't move through the portal because like they're not. It's like going to a different planet almost and thinking you're going to be able to just breathe normally like you do on Earth. It's like the atmosphere is different, the way it works is different. So it's almost like the way life and energy and movement, the season that you're in right now, it's like going from that to like feeling your feelings. It's like you almost have to almost like with the fruits and the orange, you have to be confident and enjoy yourself and let yourself relax and enjoy this energy, because going into feeling your feelings is going to be a very dual energy of like, I feel this but I feel that. It's going to be a lot more to learn, and it's going to be a lot more brightness to it, but it's going to be still a lot more to think about. It's probably going to be a bit heavier. So this is a nice energy to sort of relax. It's almost like how she's on that train. It's like she may have had to walk to the train, and that was that hard red energy. But now that she's sitting down on the chair, she can relax, she can think, she can breathe, she can shed off that energy and just allow herself to be. And it's just really beautiful. 23 is a 5. It's about change, confidence, having to change. What the hell? She has glasses on. Just changing your vision on how you see things, but just changing with transportation. Even think of how that's a transition. Maybe just like changing how you process information. And with life, with the orange here being life and vitality, it's like when things are given life, the essence of something. It's like if I water a plant, I can have 2 cups. I can have 1 cup that's filled with like nasty sewage water, and I can have 1 cup that's filled with like filtered water. I pour those both into the plant. It's gonna grow. There's gonna be life. Like there's gonna be life that comes out of it because water can't help but bring life, right? If it's sewage water, or if it's filtered, it's gonna bring life. But if I'm growing fruits, I'm probably gonna water that with filtered water versus watering it with sewage water, because when I eat that fruit later, I'm not gonna want to eat sewage fruit. So that's kind of what it's saying with like that orange energy of like when you give something life, yeah, you can bring life into it. I mean, yeah, anyone can be a magician, anyone can do this, and anyone can do that. Anyone could be famous in the next 3 seconds. Anyone can be popular the next 5 minutes. Anyone can have the newest brand, newest car, the best house in the next 3 seconds, you know? But it's like, how did you get there? What did you put into it? What's it gonna give you later? It's like that part of the process is so important, giving something life, because it's like what you give to it may be simple in the moment, but it's like if you're thinking longevity, it's not just simple in the moment. It's like what you bring life to. I don't know. You bring life to something, but it's like it's very beautiful because it's like you're really processing. It's even like the way you look at the universe. You're looking at nature. You're seeing how beautiful things happen naturally, and you're trying to do that, but then put your own beautiful spin on it with this bag here, like your own beautiful spin on your truth, on your passion, on what you bring life to. And I think it's really beautiful. It's about having confidence. I think the advice is just like trusting the world around you, but then also trusting yourself. That'll probably help you shift into that yellow energy, because then you'll know the difference between what's outside of you and what's within you. And I don't know, you're coming off as real strong magician this week, nah, real strong magician. I love that. And real strong too. I think even stronger because look at her face. Like it's very like she's being honest. Like she's not saying that, oh, I got this nice bag and I'm on this nice train, I'm feeling relaxed. It's like, yeah, she's feeling relaxed, but she's still feeling something. She's still going through something. She's still gonna express her feelings truthfully. So it's like, even like not only to the universe, but to yourself. You see how good usually I'll be like not even to you, just yourself, but to everything else around you. This is like not even everything else just around you, but this is to yourself, which is most important. There's that reflective flip where it's like you are the important one in this, because if you don't trust your own feelings, the world isn't going to tell you what you feel, because the world can't feel that for you. But you can. The world can tell you what they felt and how it reflects you, but they're never going to know the exact feeling you feel, but you do, and that's what you should know. Because on one end it's important to feel your feelings, but on the other end it's like it's important for you to know that your feelings are true and honest, because a lot of the world will try to tell you what they feel and how you feel the same thing. It's like, yeah, it may be similar, we can probably have a conversation about it, but no one can tell you how you feel at all in any situation. And I think it's important for you to know today. I don't know, I hope this helps you, everyone, and Nana specifically. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'll see you guys on the next video. I love you guys all so much. I love you, Nana, specifically. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for all your continuous support. And I just pray that everyone has a great week and weekend. And I'll see you guys on the next video. I'm dropping all the cards now. I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye, guys.